Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to tonight's event at Spa. If you're watching this live, if you're watching this later, how's it going? How you guys been? Quickly, I just want to apologize for last week's stream. I did not intend to not be talking. It was a weird issue there, but hopefully we've tested it enough now that everything's been fixed. And yeah, I'm very excited for tonight's race. And we have a guest commentator tonight, and that's definitely going to be a lot of fun and hopefully add a lot more depth to this broadcast. So definitely excited for that. As we get closer to quali here, we have about 7 minutes left. So far, so good. Let's go ahead and look at the timetables. And it's no surprise there that we have Adam Stark currently running in provisional pole. He's definitely a fast driver. From first to 24, we have about a 10-second interval there. So it's gonna get very interesting here very soon. At the moment, we have 27 drivers on track, and hopefully we'll have a couple more as we head into quali. We have a couple new drivers here that I have not seen before. Art Cormier. One of the few guys running an Audi in this league. Someone somewhat new here, Fernando Silva. At the moment, Michael Henry running one of my favorite liveries so far. Very cool stuff. And we are almost underway. 5 minutes away at the moment from quali. So far, so good. So pretty excited. Quality's been good. Audio's been good. So I think that's always the best, just when everything's just behaving properly. I have posted the Discord link in chat. So if you guys are not part of SimRacing604's Discord server, go ahead and join. It's definitely a very good, strong, and definitely fun and welcoming community of sim racers. These guys are very fast, but at the same time, they offer a lot of help. So if you're a beginner, just like myself, don't be afraid to join. Don't be afraid to be a part of the races. It's a challenge, but it's a very fun one. There's a lot of growth, so. Pretty much everyone at the moment is in the pits. Let's go ahead and view the track. We have a good group of guys there in the pits. We're going to go ahead and move on to number 14, Harrison Lynn. Harrison, very fast. Kind of surprised right now that he's running in 15th. That's not a common place for Harrison. I wouldn't be surprised if Mr. Lin here was sandbagging a little bit in that Alpine. I don't believe I've seen him much throughout free practice. I know he's been in the server for quite a bit of time, but honestly, I think he's been biding his time in the garage. Just, spectating everyone else. And this guy's out here now. He's hunting them down. I've never met Harrison, but from his taste in cars, I'd say he's a pretty cool guy. Honestly, spectating this league, I think that I want to maybe try to give that Alpine a bit of a chance. And the fact that it almost looks like an RX-7 from the back, I think that helps. And it looks like Abbas is on track there. I wonder what, he's probably just trying to make his way back to the pits. Let's go ahead and move on to David Lamy. And we'll come back to Harrison here in a second as he finishes his lap. So we are a minute away, and it's about to get good. Hopefully I'm not hyping it up too much for it to not be, but I don't think that'll happen. I definitely think it'll be a fun one.
Oh yeah, the GT4s, they produce a lot of great racing, so it ought to be fun tonight.
If you guys don't recognize that voice, that is fellow SimRacing604 driver Nick King. Nick, welcome.
Oh, well, thanks for having me.
What'd you think of last night's race?
Thought it went really well. It was pretty clean. I did better than expected. I thought I was way off pace, but I managed to save it. So I'm happy with that. I'll take it.
What'd you think of turn one incident last night? I don't think you got caught up much. I don't know if you noticed it in your rearview mirror.
No, I actually I didn't make contact with anybody, so I felt pretty good about that. And I went back and watched the replay, but I don't know. It was still one of the cleanest races I've been a part of.
Yeah, I can't say the same for myself, as I was pretty much at the center of it last night.
Hey, it happens, man. I tell you, earlier this year I wrecked Jeff Lacey in 2 races in a row. Boy, I felt bad about that, but you live and you learn.
So what are you expecting tonight? Who do you think your top 3 will be?
That's tough. There's a lot of good racers here, but I think so far the Stark and Greer. Stark's really fast. Looks like Greer's about 2.5 off, but I know he's faster than that. And Daniel Lee's not going to be here tonight, and that's going to be miss him. He's really fast, but it's going to be a good race.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna focus.
I'm pretty surprised we
I'm gonna
haven't.
focus on.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna put my money on Stark in the Porsche. He's lightning quick.
He's been pretty consistent, so I think your money's safe there.
But I have noticed the McLarens are fast too, so they seem to mesh real well with Spa.
I'm surprised we haven't seen much of Juan Reynoso. He's I believe this might be his second absence, and it looks like quality's about to start.
Green light. Go, go, go.
So we're just gonna do a little bit of a maintenance here. There we go. So who should we spectate going into quali here?
I know Stark's going to be in the top 5 in qualifying, I'm sure, but I would. Greer, he looked like he was a little off pace in practice, but I think he might have been holding back a little. So I think Greer will probably be top 3 or 4 for sure.
It's a shame about Dan Lee there not joining us tonight. Would have been a good fight to see him up with Stark. Although I think he
Oh yeah.
I think he tends to have closer battles with Nick Smoley a little more than maybe he would with Stark. It seemed like in Imola he was very fast, but I think after his crash with Reynoso, I think maybe that shook Dan just a little bit, kind of pushed him down the midfield.
Yeah, I've raced against Lee in season 1 and 2, and he is fast. And yeah, like you said, Juan Reynoso is not here tonight, and that's a shame because that guy, he can drive that Maserati with no TC and no ABS. He can handle it.
Do you have an underdog favorite out there?
Yeah, I tell you what, I think Ed Berger, and he's going to be in the Camaro. He didn't look that fast in practice, but I have to say he's been improving a lot, so he'd make a good underdog. And let's not forget about Moss too. Kurt Moss, he's driving the Mercedes tonight. I think he might be a factor too.
Yeah, Kurt, he's definitely been a favorite so far. There's always a request there for Kurt Moss and Jevin Gunning, which I believe they're all from Jamaica, so that's pretty cool. Their liveries actually match their flag, so that's a fun little fact there.
Yeah, wow, I didn't know that.
I think, though, I'm going to have to put... This is hard, because I've raced with Chris Greer, and if he starts in the back, he's likely to get up to the front super quick. Although Harrison Lynn, definitely someone that I've been watching, and I'm impressed at how he drives in that Alpine. It's kind of cool that, you know, he sees value there, and where most of these guys probably, you know, overlook it, as well as Leonard Cachola. I've always enjoyed driving close with him, and so I feel like he's had kind of a bad luck in these last couple races, so it seemed like he's always getting caught up somewhere in the incident just through no fault of his own. So definitely rooting for him, and I believe Michael Henry, someone who's new at the moment, and personally I just like his livery, so I'm just a little biased just because of that.
Okay, I'll buy that. That sounds good.
So it looks like quali is underway, and everyone, at least a good majority now, are on their hot lap. We're currently watching Michael Henry, who is holding provisional pole. Now, this order is pretty much based on server entry. So if you enter first, you'll get sorted at the top. So as we start getting people crossing the line, we're gonna see this change a lot. And it looks like as soon as I said that, Michael Henry has gone off track. Hopefully that wasn't commentator's curse.
With Spa being so long, you're at qualifying, you're looking at probably 3, maybe 4 good hot laps to get a shot at it. So it'd be interesting to see what happens the next 2 or 3 laps here.
It doesn't look like anybody at the moment has placed a lap. It looks like number 802 is about to cross the line. It looks like Leonard, actually. So as he approaches the line, he should move up to first place, and closely behind him, Adam Stark. And no surprise, Adam Stark holding pole.
Oh man, that's a 232.6 in the GT4s. That is fast.
Yeah, something I noted in free practice with Adam is that he was a good 10 seconds away from P24. So he's definitely setting the pace here tonight.
Well, 60 car, he's look like he's a 10th off from Stark right now. So their second laps, they might gain a little more. So we're bound to get some close qualifying here in the top 5.
It's honestly pretty cool to see Robin Borden, number 60, P2 right now. In the last couple races, he's been in the top 5, but he hasn't started there. So it looks like he's taking the fight to start tonight. So I'm excited. It seems like the gap there left by Reynoso, Dan Lee, have kind of made way there for everyone else to move up. So maybe they can bring something to Stark that he hasn't seen before.
It's going to be fun tonight.
So we're going to go on board here with Carter Close. It looks like he is pretty fast on his lap time. He's a second up from his fastest lap at the moment of 2:35. So he's shooting there for a 2:34. That should put him around P5, around ahead of Fernando Silva. Hopefully, if he keeps the pace there, he might be able to achieve that. Leonard Cachola as well, a second up. Leonard running in P13, so that might move him closer in the midfield, hopefully in the top 10. Carter maintaining that 1.2 pace. Unfortunately, I don't know the track as well as I try to learn Silverstone, so I'm a little lost there when it comes to corner numbers.
Yeah, I should do a better job about learning corner names anyway. Looks like Stark, he come back into the pits. Maybe he had to make an adjustment, but he's back out now to do another run at qualifying.
With a track temp of 39 degrees, what do you think these guys should be running PSI-wise?
Oh, well, that's tough to say because, you know, the sweet spot anywhere from 27.5 to 27.8. But it all depends on your setup. And like you said, the track temperature. So there's a lot of factors involved. But you have to remember, too, that just because it's 39 degrees at qualifying, the race might not be 39 degrees. So it's going to be tough. He's these GT4 cars, that you know, people knows these things, they tend to heat the tires up really quick. So if you're not careful, you're gonna burn your tires up, and it just makes for an awful day when you running on some tires that are red hot.
It looks like Carter Close was able to keep that second uh, pace, so he's moved up into P7. He's currently at a 234.8, and unfortunately there for Ed Berger, it looks like he has gotten pushed back into P13 at the moment. So the track is getting a lot faster here as we closely approach the 4-minute mark. You know,
Watching Catano here he's in the BMW, sitting third right now, but looks like he's on another good lap here. He might jump the 60 and get close to start.
Caetano has definitely been one of my favorites to watch throughout this season. He's definitely been aggressive and had a little bit of an incident at Silverstone, but so far he's always delivered on good action on track. So it's no surprise to see him running so high up. Have you driven the BMW at all, Nick?
Yeah, I give it a try, but my driving style don't match that BMW for some reason. I'm off pace in that car. I just it don't corner well for me, but it does have good speed though.
Seems like throughout the course of quali there, we've had a couple off tracks from Wesley Lamy, Brian Patton, and Fernando Silva most recently. And it looks like we just passed someone who was off track there. But if those are our only off tracks, these guys are doing a pretty good job of knowing the circuit and managing their break points. Is there any section on the track, Nick, that you find the most challenging when it comes to track limits?
Definitely, you got to say, Eau Rouge and Radion. That's got to be number one. That's for me. That's very touch and go. If you're not precise through there, then it kills your speed going down the Kimmel Straight. So that I think Eau Rouge, Radion, and then when you get around to Pouon, I think those corners really stand out to me. But you really got to be fast in the bus stop. And when you get to La Source, turn one, it's really slow, tight corners, but you can either lose a lot of time or you can gain a lot of time there. So it ought to be fun. These GT4 cars, they can be forgiving, but they make good racing in my opinion.
We're gonna head and move on here to Ed Berger. I'm kind of, I've picked him as my underdog now. After you mentioned it, I have high hopes for him. I hopefully he can break into the top 10 here. It looks like he's found 5/10 from his fastest lap, and unfortunately, it looks like he's lost about 3/10 as quickly as I said that. But regardless, he should be able to move up, maybe right behind Smoley, and it looks like he's pitted, unfortunately. I'm starting to think I'm kind of cursed, Nick. As soon as I get hyped for someone, it doesn't seem to go too good for them.
That happens to all of us.
I'm curious why he decided to abort the lap there with 50 seconds left. It seems that as he went through bus stop, he was still carrying 2 to 3/10. That would have definitely pushed him up maybe 1 to 2 spots.
Well, you drove the GT3s here last night. What do you say? What corner give you the most problems?
Definitely a Rouge and Radillon for sure. Uh, and you know, I was even being very safe throughout them. I was lifting off right at the start, right at the corner entry. I was coasting all throughout, and even then, I just found it hard to not avoid the track limits. So I would say that was definitely my hardest there, and I found that I lost a lot of time to guys that just kept it flat out. Uh, but also, you know, just it was a tough race last night. A lot of blue flags for myself there, and it was kind of frustrating. I won't lie, but you know, it's racing, and it was still enjoyable, all in all. And it looks like qualifying is done. We have about a minute left, and at the moment we have 3 drivers on track who can still put a time there to shift the board. We have Shell Smith, P21. He's about 2/10 up from his pace, trying to get past Stepani. It looks like he's gaining about another 10th as he goes through there. Although, that might be a little hard for him to do. He's going to have to find at least 3/10. And unfortunately, it looks like he's lost out on that pace. David Lamy, however, it looks like he's about 9/10 up from his fastest lap, 2:35.1. With roughly a 2:34, that's definitely going to shoot him up a lot higher. Now, Nick, if you can clarify something, David Lamy and Wesley Lamy, are they brothers?
No, I'm not really sure about that. Yeah, I don't know. I think they are, but I'm not 100% on that one.
I've been calling them brothers throughout this entire season, so I probably should clarify that. I was hoping you knew, but you know what? They can be brothers on track even if they're not in real life. These two.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I assumed they were brothers as well.
And unfortunately, there for David Lamy, it looks like he was not able to finish that lap. He was 1.2 seconds up from his fastest lap, which would have almost guaranteed him a spot there behind Kurt Moss.
Stark was able to hang on for the pole here, and I'm curious to see Lynn in this Alpine. Not many people choose this car. It's pretty stable, but doesn't have the highest top speed. But it'd be interesting to see how he fares tonight.
So, what are your predictions here as we get on the formation and into the first turn? Do you think these guys will keep it consistent as they have throughout the season?
Well, you always hope that it will be, but usually somebody is going to try to take it 2 or 3 wide going into Eau Rouge on the start because they want to gain as many spots as possible. But it just 2 or 3 wide just is not going to work through there. So hopefully we can keep it clean.
We're going to go ahead and go on board here with Kurt as we head into the formation. It's always pretty fun to watch these guys race from within their cockpits. Definitely a little loud, though, so it's one camera angle that I try to avoid a little, but should be good here as we are about to get underway. 10 seconds left until we have the start of the formation lap. Do you have any tips for building up heat in the tires, in the brakes, in Spa?
What I usually do is I try to ride the brakes just a little bit, but not too much. You know, you do a little swerving back and forth, but you really, to get your tires up to temperature, you're gonna have a good lap or two in these GT4s and speed. So, but you know, it's gonna make for an interesting turn one.
You know, one guy we haven't talked about at all tonight is SimRacing604, Mr. Mike Smith.
Yeah, I'm currently on board with him right now, and I seem to be having a problem. I can't get, it won't let me exit back out to where I can choose another car to spot.
Go ahead and hit escape and return to garage and then hit drive again. It seems to be that as the session ends, you kind of have to log back in.
Yeah, that's it's not letting me return to garage. It's not letting me click on it.
Are you able to
What I
move?
might hold on just 1 second. Let me try something here.
So as Nick handles with his technical difficulties here, we're just gonna go ahead and go to the start. So quick look here at the grid. Stark, we're gonna have him running in the start. Definitely a fast driver, and you know, it wouldn't surprise me if he starts building a point gap away from everyone else. But with the absence of Juan Reynoso and Dan Lee, Robin Borden is definitely taking advantage of that and not letting Start get away with it so quickly. John Caetano in P3. John, another fast driver as well. Very aggressive, but always keeps his distance. So I expect to see a lot of close racing from him. And Fernando Silva running a lot higher tonight than he was last week in Silverstone. Actually, forgive me, that's Kilami if I'm not mistaken. Fernando's I believe a new driver to this league, and you know, since he's shown up, he's pretty much been pretty explosive. So honestly, I don't know what to expect from him, as you know, he could just might as well he could win it tonight. And running behind him in P5, Kurt Moss, a fan favorite. I like to call him Mr. Mossive. Definitely a cool guy. Very consistent on track. Very good driver. Very clean. I would say almost clinical. And behind him, it's the monster Christopher Greer. If you put him anywhere in the back, he's guaranteed to catch you up within 10 laps for sure. He's very quick, and he's, I would say, one of the best overtakers in the league. In P7, Harrison Lynn running in that Alpine. And it's just always an interesting thing to call out. It's very special of him, I would say. It shows his driving technique and his proficiency. And running behind them in P8, Jonathan Corkle. SimRacing604, Mike Smith in P9. Carter Close, P10, a.k.a. Mr. Universe. Nick Smoley, P11. David Lamy, P12. Jevin Gunning, P13, another fan favorite. Abbas, P14. Leonard Cachola, P15. Ed Berger, P16. And we're going to go ahead and just get underway with the racing as we are approaching the line. Actually, this is not Formula One. We still have a bit of time. I always get confused here as the start is after La Source. And it looks like my software has crashed on me for a second. So bear with me while I try to get that open and connected. All right, just going to go ahead and move this out of the way. I'm not sure what would have happened there. All right, so it looks like we are back in. Go ahead and connect. So something's going on here where we're going to have a tricky start. It looks like the software is not wanting to cooperate with me. So I do apologize for the start as we do cross the line here, and we are green. We're going to take a sec here to try to fix this. I am not sure what could be going on. I do apologize here. We're having technical issues.
Sorry, I think I got mine sorted now, but I just missed the start of the race. I
It
think it
looks
was
like
pretty clean.
same issue here has happened to myself. So if you could take over while I just try to sort it out on my end.
Sure. All right, let's look at up front. Oh, Stark. Stark got overtaken by Borden. They're running pretty close. Catano's still there. He's going to make it a fight, too. Greer in fourth is not too far back. Moss and Silva's. Silva's looks like make a move on Moss. It's getting pretty close up front. Oh, Greer almost into the back of Catano. Nice way to avoid a wreck there. That was pretty good by Stark, losing a little time to Borden here. That's kind of surprising. It's over a second back now. Not sure what happened. Maybe he'll get things sorted back out. And here comes Catano. He will make a move for second place. Can he do it? Oh, overdrove just a little bit, but he was able to hang on. So he moves to second. Stark falls to third. Greer's looking to capitalize on that. Top four is running pretty close. They're within 6/10 right now. Looks like it's going to be intense up front. It's a pretty good race. Oh, that McLaren is fast, though. He's done pulled away from everybody else by. He's over 2 seconds ahead. Still Stark and Greer still chasing. They're fighting for second place, excuse me. Kurt Moss is a little over a second behind. He looks like he's catching a little bit. Let's look back. Well, Stark is right on the bumper of that BMW. He's looking to make a move here. This could get dangerous. And looks like the BMW is going to pull over and let him by. Give him the outside. And now Greer's in the picture. Boy, it's a close battle for second here. Not only that, Kurt Moss has joined the party. He's right there with him. And Silva. Wow, second through sixth is really tight right now. It's looking like a good race. Don't know if y'all are able to see this on the stream, but this second through sixth battle is looking pretty good. I wouldn't forget about Lammy he's got a purple Mercedes. He's in seventh. He's gaining on this group too. This might make this a 5-car battle. Be a 6-car battle for second place. Meanwhile, that McLaren at number 60, he has checked out. He is over 5 seconds ahead of second place. It's really surprising. I thought for sure Stark would hold on to the lead for a little while here, but not sure what happened to him at the start, but it seems like he has fallen off a little bit. He's done fell back to fourth now with Catano in second, Greer is in third. Stark in fourth, but he's got Moss. Moss is trying to catch up to him. Now Stark's fighting back on Greer, coming up to the bus stop. And it's still a good top battle for second place. I'll tell you, these guys are driving hard. They're not wanting to give up positions. They're wanting to take them. Now we'll have a Silva and Moss is fighting for fifth, coming up on Eau Rouge. This could get ugly. Uh-oh, he's going for the move. No, he backed out. I think that was a good idea. That was a wise choice. That could have been dangerous for both of them. That's a easy way to ruin your race. Now Silva's looking inside of Moss for fifth. Oh, he drove it in too deep, off track. Here comes Moss back. Well, this is a good battle here. Moss and Silva is fighting for fifth. Looks like the battle for second between Tano, Greer, and Stark is kind of cooling off now. They're maintaining a little space in amongst each other. Moss and Silva still fighting for fifth. Look back a little bit. We have Lammy in seventh. He's trying to fight with Moss and Silva. That'll be 3 cars battling for the fifth spot. We're already seeing some great racing early on. We're just almost 10 minutes in. Well, these 20-minute races are short. You have to get what you can get. I'll tell you, I'm really impressed with that 60 car. He is now 6 seconds ahead of second place.
We are at the halfway mark, still a long way to go.
We have now reached the halfway point. Some really good battles going back through the field. It's kind of like it's we got Mike Smith, SimRacing604, looking to get around Carter Close for 8th spot. Oh, they're gonna take it too wide in Eau Rouge. Oh, Mike backs out. I think he'll get him on the straight. Tuck in behind Carter Close, get a little draft, looks to the outside. Can he brake later? Mike's playing it safe. Oh, about got into the bumper. This has caused Nick Spoley to catch up with Smith and Close. Now we have a 3-car battle for 8th. Apologize, guys. You'll have to bear with me. I'm not too experienced at this commentating, but I am trying to find some more battles. Well, I tell you, a lot of props to Gerson. It's a tough job for one man to do. We are seeing some great racing. We still have, yeah, I'm still looking at 8th, 9th, and 10th. Carter Close, Mike Smith, and Nick Smoley. They're coming up to the bus stop. Things are getting tight. Oh, Close overdrove it. Oh, oh, that was close. Smith and Smoley got a little close to each other, and that caused them to lose just a little bit of ground to Carter in the McLaren. But oh, Carter goes wide in La Source. That's going to give Mike the opportunity to get to his bumper. We watch them head up Eau Rouge. Now we got Smoley's looking to the inside of Mike Smith for 9th spot. They're side by side coming down the straight. Oh, who's going to break later? Wow, that was impressive. Neither one of them gave ground, but Mike was able to hold him on corner exit. So looks like Smoley will try it again. Not quite close enough to make a move there. But these two fighting, they have allowed Carter to put a little gap in between them. Look back up towards the front here. As Stark has made it back around Greer for 3rd spot. And now Stark has went around Catano for 2nd. Not sure what happened with Stark at the beginning, but I think his car's coming to him now. But he is still 8.5 seconds behind 1st place, so that's an awful lot of ground to make up in 5 minutes. Stark's trying to pull away a little bit from from Catano, sorry. Greer's trying to hang on to this pack. He wants to get a run on the BMW, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it. He's going to take a couple more corners before he can get caught back up. But Stark pulling away a little bit now. He's over 7/10 ahead of that BMW. Looks like he's making up some ground on the 60 car for the lead, but he's still 8 seconds back. I don't know. That's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to do with 4 minutes. 4 minutes remaining. Look back through the field a little bit, see if we can find any more battles. Everybody's pretty much playing nice with each other. I don't see nobody's making any rash moves. Keeping it a little close towards the back. Yeah, it's been a good race so far. We'll go back up front, see what we got. Now the 60 cars, he's done pulled away a little bit more now. He's about 8.7 seconds ahead of Stark. Now Catano's, he's falling back from start just a little now. And Greer, he's put some distance on Greer in fourth. Now we have that great battle for second between Stark, Catano, Greer, and Silva has seemed to cool off now. They're maintaining the distance from each other now. Looks like Silva is falling off just a bit from Greer. Silva in fifth and Kurt Moss in sixth. Coming up behind him. Oh, Moss did not get a good exit through the bus stop. Silva pulls away by a slight margin. Let's look back at Carter Close, Nick Smoley, and Mike Smith. Okay, Mike Smith. Oh, he looked to the inside at LaSource, but wasn't able to make the move. He is trying to get by Smoley for ninth. It can be tough to pass here at Spa, but I love this track. It's one of my favorites. Back a battle for 13th and 14th between Gunning and Benitez. Yeah, it seems they've all put some distance between each other. There's not a lot of close racing right now, except for, let's see, look back to 9th and 10th with Smoley and Mike Smith there. Mike's still trying to get around him, but he's having trouble. He can't seem to get him on exit. Smoley, I think he's getting back to the gas a little sooner than Mike. But Mike has seemed to, he's a little better on corner entry, it looks like. And Mike is driving the McLaren. Smoley is in the Porsche. They're about the closest battle. Look back to 11th and 12th. We have Lamby in 11th, Cachola in 12th. And Cachola, he's going to have to get a little bit closer to Lamby before he can make that pass. They're starting to battle now.
The leader has finished the race.
Look back up front. Looks like McLaren, the 60 car, will get the win. Stark will finish second. He was over 8 seconds behind. Town on the BMW is third. Greer fourth. Silva's fifth. Kurt Moss in sixth. David Lammy in seventh. Have Carter Close eighth. Oh, Mike Smith was able to get by Smoley for ninth. Nice move. Mike Smith ninth. Nick Smoley in 10th. Back to Wesley Lammy 11th. Have Cachola. He come in 12th. And Benitez 13th. Stepani 14th. And Gunning will round out your top 15. That was a pretty good race.
I want to say, Nick, you've done a fantastic job this entire time.
Thanks. Even though there might have been a little sarcasm in that, but hey, I appreciate it.
No. There really wasn't. I promise. You've done fantastically. Like this whole time, I've been trying to troubleshoot, and I've had no luck. But from what I've heard, man, you've kept me excited on the track. I was like, okay, I gotta hurry up because these guys are having close battles and we're not catching it.
Yeah, it got pretty interesting up there. It was a good race. I hate that you have technical difficulties, but This commentating, it's I guess it's like sim racing. You got to learn from your mistakes, and this is my first time doing any commentating, so I the best I can get better. But I'm sure everybody in Discord, if they've watched it, they'll let me know what I did wrong, and I'm open to criticism.
Do you know if I leave the server, will I be able to join back?
Yeah, that's what I did when I at the start of the race when I had trouble trying to return to the pits. I just exited back out and then I logged back into the server and everything worked fine. So
Okay.
yeah, you should be good.
Because I think I have no idea. The broadcasting software just quit on me out of nowhere, and any attempts to reinstall it to try to reconnect back to the session have just ended in pretty much disaster here. All right, so
Oh no, I hate to hear that. That's it didn't have anything to do with me joining the voice, did it?
no. It's completely separate. So right now, as and I probably should have done this earlier, but I was afraid to leave. But lesson learned. So I left and I came back in and it connected perfectly. So pretty much the entire time we were just spectating Stark and whoever was close to him. Thankfully, when you were commentating on Kurt, as well as I forgot who was behind him as they were getting out past Radion, you're mentioning that there was a close battle for sixth. That was that was on the stream for a second, but we got control again. So I guess that's just a lesson learned. Uh, if there's an issue here, now I know I can exit and come back. But unfortunately, uh, I didn't know that then. However, there is a two-part to this, so I think we're still good.
All right, well that sounds good to me. I'm glad you got that figured out. So we've got you. How long is the break in between the races? Do you know?
It's somewhere around 5 minutes, I think. It's a good amount of time that everyone can kind of stand up and stretch for a bit and then come back. But honestly, I think if I choose to look at all the good, about all this is obviously it's always a learning experience. So it's pretty cool to kind of have to troubleshoot something now. At least next time we know what to do. But I think the biggest thing here is that you got your commentating legs, man. You did it. kind of had to
Yeah,
toss you in there, and I know when we first started you mentioned that you said maybe I'll say something here and there, but it looks like I don't know. I honestly I think you got an act for it, man. I enjoyed listening to you. I was like, if I jump in, I think I'm gonna ruin the flow. I was like, I kind of want Nick to do it because you got it.
well, I appreciate you having me. It's been fun. It's a learning experience for me for sure. But I was the whole time I was trying to do this, I kept saying, "Oh, I hope he gets back soon."
Well, I mean, I was here with you. I was here with you, and as we have a minute and 50 left, I promise I won't leave you this time. But I'm definitely gonna
Okay.
want more of what I heard because it's gonna get good. I think now that everyone has had a chance to warm up, it definitely gets aggressive going into the second time. Everyone knows their breaking points. They're pretty comfortable and they know where everyone else is making their mistakes. So is could you give us a recap there, Nick, of some of the battles you saw and what you think might unfold here?
Well, I tell you, I was surprised that McLaren, the 60 car, got out to such a lead. But Stark and Catano and Greer had a good battle for most of the race for second place. And I looked back through the field and we had Mike Smith with him and Carter Close and who else was it? It was Nick Smoley. Those two had a good battle for ninth place. They were pretty close there at the end. Mike was able to get by Smoley right at the last, and I believe he got 10th. I think it was or ninth, something
30
like that.
seconds.
But I tried to get some of the see what I could find towards the back, but it was there was a few battles I seen. Benitez, he had a
20
good
seconds.
battle, but overall, I think it was a really good race. We had some. It got really exciting up there between Stark and Catano. and Kurt Moss. That was a fun battle to watch. But while they do their pace laps here, I better go make me a pit stop. I'll be right back.
Sounds good, Nick. Can't wait for you to get back, buddy. Guys, be sure to drop a message there in the chat for Nick. Nick did absolutely amazing. Uh, I asked him to come on board tonight to help me out, and I did not expect to just be like, Nick, take over, man. It's all you. And I'm really glad that he was here because, honestly, I don't think anyone could have done better. Nick definitely stepped up, and it was cool. I loved hearing him, and hopefully here we can kind of see what we can do together because I think I got to step it up because Nick really raised the bar there. And I genuinely mean that. Great job, Nick, and thank you so much, dude. So hopefully everything else, technically, speaking, runs well. Hopefully it should. But it's interesting that Nick brings up Carter and Mike racing closely. That's definitely been something that we have seen throughout this season. Is a very good battle there. Those guys are very much on pace with each other. And there's been a little bit of aggression there on track. Very good driving and just, no one wanting to give up a position. Excuse me there. So, hopefully as we move into the second event, they're able to keep their heads down and get good racing. One of the things that I'm always looking out on these second events is just that there's more aggression. That everyone's a lot, everyone's warmed up by this point. We've had close to 20 minutes of racing and about an hour, almost an hour and a half in total of on-track time. And as we look here, someone has gone off on the formation. If I can get closer there, it looks like that's Jonathan Corkle. It's kind of weird to see him kind of pull a George Russell there on the formation, but so far so good. It must have been a little too much braking, but he's definitely regained that position. Good job there by Carter and Mike, allowing him to sort himself back out. I'm not too familiar with how the formation here works. It does look like he's carrying a bit of damage on that front bumper, so it's possible that might affect his speed into turn one. Seeing how they're all McLarens, that's going to be an interesting fight. As also Nick mentioned that there was definitely a lot of close racing there. And guys, just before we get started, I do want to apologize. It's unfortunately, it was an issue that I could have fixed easier. I was just unaware, and I was afraid to exit the server. Just that I wasn't sure if I could join again. So hopefully everything you did see was entertaining, and I know what you heard was for sure quality entertainment, and I mean that. So as we get underway here, I'm excited. And hopefully, no more issues here. But as Nick said, it's a learning experience, and we're here for fun. We're here for racing, and it's kind of interesting that this adds a lot of dimension to sim racing, and I'm speaking on my part here. I'm just as excited to watch these guys race as I would be if I were joining them on track tonight. So definitely a lot of fun here, and hopefully Nick comes back. I don't know if he's here yet or if he'll holler at me when he returns, but we're closely approaching La Source, and the race will be about to be underway.
Yeah, I come back just in time to hear the last of what you were saying, and I'd have to say the same. This has given me a different perspective on sim racing, and the only thing that I haven't figured out yet that I need to research if I do this again, I would like to see if I could get the tire temperatures, because the tire temperatures seem to fascinate me about in ACC. So I'd really love to see their tire temperatures as they're going along.
We're going to head and move over to the start here with Adam Stark. And this is exciting, guys. Event number 2 about to get underway here at Spa with SimRacing604. And the light is green and we're off. We're approaching the start. Everyone doing so far, doing good. Borden going a little wide there. Stark doing his best to maintain his line. Looks like we're going too wide. Out past Radion. So far, so good. Kurt Moss looks like he's getting that good amount of slingshot, a lot of speed there, trying to get past Fernando Silva. Robin Borden going on the outside, trying to get past Stark as Caetano looks like he's having to go in the middle. Robin Stark having to break a little more there. As he locks up, he might lose a position there to Fernando Silva. Stark looking like he's getting a lead. And it looks like we're bunching up here in the back as Stark goes ahead and gets past everyone else. It's Caetano and Robin Borden as we go through. Forgive me for not knowing the turn. It looks like Caetano gets the lead. Silva and Borden make a bit of contact as Kurt tries to get down the middle of both of them. And I believe that's Carter close behind Christopher Greer, trying to get past him as well. It seems like Harrison Lynn is blocking out the inside there as he goes a little wide.
Oh, got a little contact between Stepani and Abbott. See, Dimitri got a drive-through penalty at the beginning there. That's a tough break for him. Overall, pretty clean first lap. Oh no, Conrad Abbott.
Let's go ahead and
Abbott in 19th.
Watch that replay really quickly. Yeah, definitely there. I see him having that battle with that Aston Martin. Who did you say was driving that one, Nick?
That was Stepani's in the Aston Martin.
Gotcha.
Abbott was in the Mercedes.
So it looks like Conrad there had a bit of contact with Aiden Benitez. It's unclear there as to if perhaps that was Conrad's fault or Benitez. But as we approach the line here, Adam Stark still leading this race, followed by John Caetano, Robin Borden, Fernando Silva, Kurt Moss, Christopher Greer, and Carter Close. It's kind of surprising there that Mr. Universe has built up quite a lead away from Mike Smith, who's dropping back in the pack down into P21. I wonder what happened to Mike.
I'm not sure. I missed that when I was trying to search for some battles, but yeah, now that you mentioned that, Mike Smith has fallen back. But I'm looking here at 9th and 10th, and we have a close battle. Yeah, around 10th place, we got a good battle.
So it looks like out of bus stop, it looks like either he spun himself or he was spun out, but Mike definitely found himself looking in the wrong direction, and as well as 2 other cars.
Looks like Close got into Greer. Yeah, it caused Close to lose the spot. He went off track, but he managed to get back on. He's still at 7th. Little contact with Greer.
Yeah, you're right, Nick.
And Corkle is off the track. I didn't catch what happened to Corkle. I come in late, and he was already in the wall.
No worries. We have the ability to do so. And yeah, I went back and I saw Carter and Greer there, and it's kind of unsure there. It looks like Greer turned in a little more than he could have. Unfortunately, here I clicked a little too soon there on Corkle, but yeah, he unfortunately went off track as well.
Oh, now we got a close battle for 7th place. Close, Corkle, Gunning, and Lynn, and Smoley. Now Cachola joined the battle. That's getting tight there. I tell you what, they've ramped it up here in race 2. It's getting a little more intense now.
And as we move on here, as Nick said, Carter Close leading the pack there, the battle for 7th place. And it's definitely bunching up here with these guys.
Oh, and Dimitri already got hit with a drive-through. It looks like he got a stop-and-go penalty as well.
We have a little bit of contact there with Nick Smoley and Jevin Gunning. Looks like Smoley was a little aggressive there, but everyone made it out all right.
Still, we have Carter Close and Lynn in the Alpine. They're fighting for 7th. Boy, he's trying to go to the outside of Close. They're heading into Eau Rouge. Gunning's not too far back.
Nick Smoley looking pretty fast there on Jevin. All right, guys, place your bets. It looks like Harrison Lynn's about to make a move down the inside. Jevin Gunning pretty aggressive there on Harrison Lynn. It doesn't look like they're going to be close enough to make that lunge. Everyone pretty much keeps their position. It almost seems like Carter Close is building up a gap there as Harrison Lynn is having to defend from Jevin Gunning, causing him to lose on the battle there for 7th with Carter.
Well, I think that first race has lit a fire under Stark because he's now pulled away from Borden by 2 seconds now.
It looks like
taking no prisoners.
Looks like we have a yellow flag there towards the back. Saw a couple cars there bunching up. Harrison Lynn going a little wide. And he might lose out some time there to Nick Smoley. You know, I'm excited here seeing Cachola being aggressive as he is. Oh, and everybody else goes wide there. And it looks like we have another yellow flag towards the rear. Seems like there's a lot of attrition going on in the back.
Yeah, I see Mike Smith he's done jump back to 14th. He followed back in the 20s somewhere, but he's now back to 14th, so he's making some moves. And it's still close for a battle for 10th here. Smoley and Lynn and Lammy. Nagy's not too far behind.
We're going to go on board here with Smoley as he tries to bridge that gap to Harrison Lynn. Jevin Gunning going wide through La Source. That's going to open up a lot of room there for Harrison Lynn. Looks like he's picking up a lot of speed as we go through Eau Rouge. Jevin Gunning being very aggressive there as Nick Smoley looking like he's going to make the faster move outside of Radillon from Harrison Lynn, and he gets past him. Wesley Lamy looking to do the same as Leonard Cachola tries to get past Brian Nagy. Harrison laying out, breaking Wesley Lamy. Oh, going off track.
Wide.
What do you think's going on through Lynn's head right now?
Well, if he's anything like me, he's thinking, don't bottle it. Don't bottle it. Let's just keep it on track. Just be patient and refocus. Because Lammy is right on his bumper.
So far, it looks like...
for me...
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I know for me, these GT4 cars can be very easy to overdrive them. And it looks like that's what Lynn did, but I think he's gathered it back up now. He's refocused. He's looking to run back down Nick Smoley. Smoley and Gunning still fighting. It's been a pretty exciting race so far.
I would beg to differ here for the leaders, as Adam Stark has pretty much gotten away from the entire pack, as well as Borden, who's pretty much on his own race at the moment. Caetano running in a comfortable P3, and it seems like these guys have just kind of drifted off into their own. But funny enough, closely behind, we have a battle for fourth there with Kurt, as it sounds like something happened on track.
Yeah, Smoley got into the back of Gunning, it looked like, or Gunning went too deep into the bus stop. He went off track, but he was able to hold the spot. But they're fighting for 8th place.
It looks like
looked more like a racing incident, but this is a good battle for 8th spot.
It's pretty great to see Jevin Gunning defending his positions a lot more. I know in the last couple races he's kind of been pushed around track a little, but he's definitely elbows out tonight.
Yeah, I just got to look the rear end of his car. He's got some contact on the rear end, so he's seen a little action tonight. Not sure if all of that come from Smoley, but.
And it looks like Smoley's losing a bit of grip there. A lot of oversteer from that Porsche. It's possible some of that damage has changed up either his braking bias, and he's just having to use a lot more force, or it's just a lot of grip lost in the rear. In those moments, Nick, when you find yourself oversteering on track, what's your go-to method for making sure that rear end stays nice and planted?
Well, for me, it's you got to come out of the throttle, and a lot of times you have to apply a little bit of brake too, depending on how bad it is. But as long as it's not, you get into a long drifting slide, then you have to pretty much get out of the throttle completely. But in these GT4 cars, they can be forgiving. You can slide them around a little bit there. You can do it more than you can with the GT3s. A lot of the GT3s, they want to snap out on you really quick. But you just have to stay calm. Don't try to overcorrect, because that's one of the biggest mistakes I do, is I try too hard to overcorrect, and I end up making it worse. Usually you just have to come completely out of the throttle.
You know, Nick, something interesting is if you look at Aiden Benitez in P19, it looks like he's in no man's land, just in the middle of nowhere. And it seems like he's carrying a lot of damage, so it's weird to see him so far back, especially as he's been a top 10 contender. And right behind him, a close battle with Billy Sullivan and Jonathan Corkle. I believe these guys were the ones who spun out at La Source, through bus stop with Mike Smith. So it's kind of a shame to see them so far back, but also they're still not the ones further behind. So it seems like the grid has just dispersed itself all around the track.
Yeah, so I'm seeing a lot of gaps in between drivers now. There's a couple of close battles, but I see. Look, find where Mike Smith is at now. He's still running in 14th. He's trying to catch Cachola and Nagy. Still got a little battle for 8th and 9th here with Gunning and Smoley. Well, they've been going at it all race.
Nick, something interesting is that Michael Henry and I forget his other name, David Lamy, are in the pits. I'm not too sure if they might have DNF'd this race, but seems like they've been taking their time there.
Yeah. Now, I see Henry's on his way out now, but Lamy is still there. I'm not sure what was going on. Not sure if he's if he had that much damage to get fixed or if he's just called it quits. I'm not sure. With 5 minutes to go, but yes, Henry has made it back out. He's on his way out of the pits now. He's coming out on track. Looks like right now Lammy is the only one that's in the pits by himself here. So maybe he's had some issues. I'm not real sure. I didn't see where he had got any damage at. Now look back up front. It's been a Stark and Borden have swapped from first race to second race. First race, Borden he run out to a big lead and left Stark behind. Now Stark is out to a big lead. He's about 4 seconds ahead. So 4 minutes to go. I think Stark just plays it safe and keeps the mistakes to a minimum. He might grab the win here in race 2.
Now, last time we saw them, Kurt Moss, I believe, was behind Fernando Silva, and it looks like he's gotten ahead of him for P4.
Yes, you're right. He has.
And Fernando Silva now wanting to give it up. He's closely behind.
Oh.
And it doesn't look like he's going to make a move there.
Not quite close enough to outbreak him on that one. This is a good battle here. And I tell you, this battle for 8th between Gunning and Smoley, that has been going on all race, and it looks like it's the closest battle we're seeing now. But Silva is trying to get around Moss. This is looking pretty good here. But we only have 3.5 minutes to go in this race, so if you want to gain any spots, you better go now.
Would you recommend that they play it safe or just send it?
No. If it was me, Dimitri he oversteered. He's into the wall. Sorry about that. Yeah, but if it was me, if I had somebody behind me, I would try to play it safe. But if I had a little space in between the guy behind me and the guy in front of me, I'm sending it.
Unfortunately there for Dimitri, I think that ruins his chances of catching up to Ed Berger. Fernando Silva still on the hunt for Kurt. Oh, and he looks like he's going to get close there.
Here we go.
Kurt's going a lot wide. And it looks like he hasn't there.
Oh.
Could he get a better exit?
Oh.
Switchback? Nope. Kurt doing a good job of defending.
Moss. Yeah. I think Moss got a little better traction on the exit there, so we're coming down a little source. So see if he try to make a move here on Moss. No, he keeps it in line. Moss defends a little, keeps him off of him. But Silva gets the run coming out of the source. He might have him here.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Christopher Greer just comes up behind them and sends it.
Yeah, I don't think he has anything to lose. He's got a good 7.5 second gap between him and Carter Close in 7th. So he will try to catch Silva and Moss.
Oh, it seems like Kurt there is just braking a lot harder than Fernando.
And what looks like Gunning has gotten a drive-through. Maybe a track limits penalty there. Well, that's terrible. Him and Smoley have been fighting for 8th all race long. And Gunning gets a drive-through penalty right here at the end. That's going to hurt his finishing spot.
It seems like where they're at currently on track, he's going to have to pit this lap.
Yeah,
I don't
agree.
believe he's able to finish in the pits. Unless he just decides, Kurt trying to have a look on the outside there. He kind of spins out, but he gets back on track. A little scary moment there from Kurt. Seems like that's
Looking
opened
back
up the window for Christopher Greer.
Yes, it did. Moss is still trying to get around Silva. I tell you, I'm surprised at Ed Berger here at 25th. I don't know, not sure what's going on with him, but I thought he would have been a lot faster than that.
He was
May have had
definitely our
some
underdog for
issues
this
we're not
race.
aware of. Yes, yeah, he was my pick, but yeah, I don't know if he had any issues or not. I didn't see anything, but I'd have to go back and look at the
Leader has
replay.
finished the race.
Looks like we might have the same move here from Kurt on Fernando. Will Fernando be able to defend it? Looks like Kurt went a little wider than he should have. Fernando sticking on the
This
line.
is it. Silva is going to hang on. Moss is not going to be able to get it. Good fight, though. Good fight. Stark runs away with this one. Bourdon finishes second. Caetano in third. Silva fourth. Moss will round out the top 5. It was a good race tonight.
That was very exciting. I honestly did not feel the 20 minutes go by that quickly.
Neither did I. But I'm looking here. We still have the 15th, 16th, or 16th and 17th, Stepani and Abbott. And Stepani's going for the move at the bus stop. Oh, he wants that spot bad.
Oh, Knudsen going a little wide there.
Oh,
Oh.
Abbott. Uh-oh, at the line.
I don't think
I
he
think
did
he
it.
got him.
Oh, it looks like he did.
Yeah, he did.
Well
Abbott
done.
got him.
Well done.
Well played, sir. All right.
It's pretty interesting to see him and Stepani having a battle even at the end of the track after their encounter earlier in the race.
Oh, yeah. This is, we still got a few of them that hadn't crossed the finish line yet, but I don't see anybody close enough to make any more moves. Looks like our finishing order is going to remain where they are right now. This was a fun race. Like you, this 20 minutes went by really quick.
And it looks like Jevin Gunning will get an 80-second penalty there. Unfortunately, it looks like he wasn't able to complete that drive-through, and that's going to push him down to P21, unfortunately. Good news for Abbott. That moves him up an extra place.
You don't like to benefit from others' misfortunes, but you'll take them any way you can get them.
Do you have any favorite moments from tonight's race?
I tell you what, I don't know. The first race, I really enjoyed watching that battle for second during the first race. And what really drew my attention in the second race was the battle between Smoley and Gunning, because they stayed on each other all race long.
Yeah, I think
But overall,
I think in event number 2, seeing those guys fight for P7 with Carter Close, I think that was definitely a good one. Or even maybe as we approached the line here, as you called it, with Stepani and Abbott, that was definitely cool to see those guys finish on the last lap really strong. And even in their also, if you think about it, having an incident like that on track early in the race, that mentally that just creates a lot of fatigue and just pushes you to just kind of maybe want to give out and rage quit. But it was cool to see them stick it out, and even at the end they were still fighting. Even if they were well outside any sort of good amount of points, they were still trying to outdo each other. So that's a pretty good rivalry there that is probably sparking up.
yeah, I agree. I think, with Smoley and Gunning, I don't know if Smoley got into Gunning too much, but they were fighting pretty close. That was a good battle. I really enjoyed this. This was fun to watch. You get a different perspective. I am surprised that race 1, Bourdon was able to pull away, and then race 2, Stark was able to finish. I believe he was about 5 seconds ahead of second place. So wasn't much battling going on for the lead, but there was some good battles throughout the field. I really enjoyed watching this race. I appreciate you for having me. This been fun. Maybe we'll do it again sometime.
Honestly, Nick, I would love it if you became a season regular. To be honest.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll think about it. I we'll have people let us know in Discord if that's a good idea or not. So we'll see what they say. But I
We love
appreciate you having me.
Coco.
This has been great. And are you going to be in the race tomorrow night?
I will, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be fun. I'm sure. Excuse me. If you guys in chat, if you guys are not part of the SimRacing604 Discord server, I'm gonna go ahead and post the link right now, and just be sure to join and say hi. Meet new people, and there's always races going on all the time, fun races, and spots are always opening up in the league. So if you want to join, no matter how your expert level, whether you're an alien or a rookie like myself, definitely consider joining. It's a good learning experience, and you learn a lot. And I think you're gonna learn more on track with other drivers than you will playing against AI. So definitely consider joining. And well, Nick, I really appreciate all the help, man, and definitely you taking the lead there in race number one. That definitely did just gave me the room to figure things out, and eventually you were the solution. That you were, your restart, that's what did it. But honestly, I had a lot of fun. I wasn't sure at first how it was gonna go. I definitely knew you'd had it in you. I for sure from the start. But honestly, co-commentating, it was a lot of fun, and just being able to have a conversation with someone that's passionate about racing, and to be able to, have that assist to just go different places on track to keep the action moving. I think that's what definitely added a lot of fun to this stream. So I honestly, man, thank you so much, and thank you for busting out of, like you said, your comfort zone. That meant a lot to see the effort there.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. I think if I do this again, I'm gonna try to prepare a little bit more. And I think we did good. I liked it. I really liked it. I enjoyed it. So we'll do it again sometime. And like you were saying, come join our Discord, join our fun races. This is a great group of guys. We accept all skill levels. We have a few aliens. We have rookies, like you said. We all love racing, and anybody they'll help anybody. So next week, we'll see you next week.
All right, guys, thank you so much. We'll catch you then.